Hi, everyone. This is Epsit Bhardwaj. Welcome to another lecture of JavaScript from the scratch. Well, in today's lesson, we're going to take a look over what a type of operator is, how it works, and then we're going to understand about the data type conversion. So, not wasting any more time, let's quickly dive into the session. First one is type of operator. Well, at times, while dealing with determination of what kind of data type is a variable, especially when it's null or undefined, it may pose a difficulty to know that. Type of is an operator which is used to identify the type of a variable, as the name suggests as well. It tells us what is the data type of the variable that we have entered. Also, you can use type of with the braces or without the use of braces. And note that it is also a case sensitive operator. Let us understand its working in the console. So let me quickly open it for you. Here we have, and yeah, so what I have done is I have some variable. First one is str, which has been provided as input hello. Second variable is nr, which is provided an input of 7. Next variable is big N, which has been provided the input of 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to n, which is obviously a big number. I think you may recall we discussed big int in my previous lecture. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then please go back to the previous lecture and then come here. The next variable is bool, and it holds the boolean value true. You can also have the false. And next one is sim, where I have used the symbol function, and this is a really new thing, a new keyword which has been introduced in the ECMAScript 6. Even I have discussed how symbol works in my previous lecture. Next, undef. This variable undef has been assigned the value as undefined. And last, our variable is unknown, which has been defined the value null. The difference between null and undefined, I hope you are clear of that. So not discussing that any further, let's just check the type of. See, I not use braces with any of the type of operator here. Type of str, type of nr, type of big nr, type of bool, type of sim, type of undef, or type of unknown. I have not used any braces, and if I press enter, we get the desired output. It tells me that str, since it contains hello in double quotes, that's why I'm gonna get the output as a string. The another one is unnumbered data type. The next one is begin, and so on. Now let us just make another variable str1, and let me write, yeah, this. So what it's gonna do, I have put abrasive with the type of operator, and let me just check by pressing enter. What we can see is the output is a string, where string is the data type of this thing. Hence, type of works with both braces and without braces. It's sometimes recommended to use braces because it makes the code look more easier to read, more appealing to the eye. Some coders do this. It's still completely your choice what you want to do, but I would personally recommend as well to use braces with type of operator. There's no problem in that, and rest is your choice. And remember, while choosing any convention that you want, consistency is required. Always remember this thing. So moving on to next, now comes the data type conversion. JS, the variables, have the ability to change their types, and JavaScript does this conversion automatically. How? We're gonna just look at very soon. As for now, let's see that there are three type of conversion methods. First is a string, second number, and third boolean. Let us take a quick look over how it works in the console. Let us press Ctrl+L to clear the console. And now what I'm gonna do is just let a variable called str to bool, and yeah, this variable that str to bool is in camel case. Remember this thing, and it hasn't assigned the value as anything will return false, or you may say true, or whatever you want to write. Just write, because it's basically text a string with type. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert this. Let me just write this is a string. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this string into a boolean data type. How? By using the boolean method. All I have to do is write boolean, and inside the braces I have to enter the name of the variable that I have declared. Then basically just write console.log the variable and the type of variable to check what's the data type. Let us see if it has been converted or not. Well, yes, it provides the output as true, and the type of the variable is boolean. Why we see that output is true? Because boolean method always gives true until or unless we have provided in the variable with the value as null or empty or undefined. Except these three conditions, every time boolean is gonna give true. What I mean by saying this is that if I let any variable be str1 equals false, even this str1 equals boolean brace str1 console.log braces str1 comma type of str1 braces closed, what we see is true. Hence, even on providing the string value as false, we still see true as the answer. But what if I provide it an empty value? Alright, now what I have to do is assign boolean to it, and let me just check if now it has been converted or not by using the type of operator. So str2 brace closing. Alright, I still get true as the output. Now let me do let str3 equals undefined. str3 equals boolean braces str3 semicolon shift plus enter for a new line to check console.log in the braces str3 comma type of str3, and now I get the output as false. As I said, let me do the same thing but change this to null, and I will end up getting the same thing, false. Hence, while providing a null or an undefined value to the variable, and if we convert then it to boolean, we're gonna get the false as the output. All the other time we're gonna get true as the output. Let me just clear that, and now let's check the another method, which is string. So how string works, let me just have any number, say nr equals 1. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm basically write nr equals string in the braces nr and console.log nr comma, check its type, type of nr, the closing, and I can see that now the interpreter treats this nr that has the value 1 as a string and not like a number data type anymore. Further, what we can do is let equals true, which is a boolean data type. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert this into a string as well, provided that the variable name is bl console.log, in the braces write bl, and then again the same type of operator inside the braces bl, and see, now this boolean value true has been made a string. Another method is number. Similar to all of them, a number one works like this: str equals, let it be a string, hello world. Now just look at this. I'm gonna convert something which is not a number into a number using number method, and let's see what will be the output. So sorry console.log str comma type of str. What we see is nan and the number. What is nan? It's not anymore hello world, but rather nan. And nan means not a number. This is what happens when we try to convert a not a number thing into a number data type. Similarly, if I enter a string str1 equals, in the backticks let me just write 22, and then let me just do this thing that using the same number method I'm gonna try to convert this 22. Let's see if this works. Console.log str1 comma type of str1, enter. This time, sure, you have seen the output as 22, which is now a number type, and that's how data type conversion works. For null, str2 equals null, str2 equals number bracket str2, and then console.log str2 comma type of, in the braces str2, null gives the output as 0, and which is a number type. Now what if it's not null but undefined? The output is nan again, not a number, but when we press null as the value and convert it to the number type, it provides us 0. What if I make it just unassigned? Now not a number. And what if I assign it a value that's just empty? It provides me 0. So when we write null, or when we write an empty value to any variable, and then if we try to convert it into the number data type, due to the data type conversion, we're gonna get the output as 0 only in the case of null and empties. If we try to do that, we don't assign any value, or if we write undefined, then it's gonna tell that no, it's not any number. Same for a string. If we try to convert a string into a number data type, even then it's gonna say no, it's not a number. Let's check what if my boolean value gonna work with it or not. So I've taken a variable bl1 which has been assigned the boolean value true. Let me just convert it using the same number method in the braces bl1, and now what I'm gonna do is just write simply console.log in the braces bl1 comma type of, to check the data type of this, and simply press enter. And what we see is 1, because true stands for 1 in mathematically, and it is a number data type. What if I just change it to true false? Will it still work? Of course it will work. And now the output is 0. Why? Because false stands for fallacy and that stands for 0, and this comes under the number data type. So I hope you have understood how data type conversion works. In the next session, we're gonna understand what are operators, how to do that, and all. But as for now, let's just keep it till here. I will see you in the next one. Thank you and keep going.